guinea pigs, I'm going to be here. Let's see. I'm going to move this back a little bit. I'm going to move my computer back a little bit. And hello. All right. We are live on YouTube and we are live on TikTok. So if I look down, I'm looking at my YouTube. And if I look up, I'm looking at my TikTok. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about exactly what digital marketing is. Because if there's one question that I get, it is people saying to me, I just don't understand. I don't get it. So if that is you, if you have heard of digital marketing before and you've been just like, I just don't quite understand. Let me know down below. Drop me a 2 if you're like just a little confused. You've heard of it, maybe you've gotten some information before, but you're just not quite sure. And if you have never heard of digital marketing before, ever heard of it, and you're like, what in the world is she even talking about? Drop me a 1. Drop me a 1 if you have no clue, like you couldn't have less of a clue. And drop me a 2 if you've heard of it, but you're still just a little confused. You don't quite get it. But before we get started, I would really appreciate if you guys, especially on the TikTok, could tap that screen a little bit. Give me some hearts. Let me know that you have a pulse. Let me know that you're alive. And it also gets it out there to people who maybe need to hear about this, right? And while you're doing that, take a second. If you haven't hit that follow button, go ahead and do it. If you've never gotten my link in my bio, you're going to want to grab that too, because you know, you're in and out when you're on lives, right? You might not stay until the end and you might forget. So go ahead and grab that link in bio. And by all means, let me know where you're coming in from. Hey, Zaddy, how are you? Teresa, Leo, Catherine, hello, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Sorry for the little snafu there early on. But I'm really excited to talk about this particular topic. And one of the reasons I love to talk about something like this is because for those of you who know me, I'm a former teacher. And so you know what? I love to teach. I love to talk about things and help people understand things that maybe they wouldn't have understood before. And that just is part of being a teacher. And I'm going to lift my computer up a little bit here because I noticed that I'm looking down and that's not cool. And oh yeah, that works pretty well here. Not perfect, but we're getting there. I'm going to figure this out one of these days. I'm going to have to do this again and do the dual live. So I am talking to TikTok right there, and I'm talking to YouTube right here. So very cool. Go ahead and drop in where you're coming in from. Tap that screen on TikTok and let me know that you're alive, that you have a pulse. On YouTube, go ahead and say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from. Hey there, Snake. Hey, Krishan. Hey, Jerry, 302, Laura Lee. Thanks for joining me. Okay. Let's talk about this. So I want to talk like way back to the very basics, right? I want to go all the way back. I was a teacher. I was a Spanish and French teacher. And so I like languages. I like kind of breaking down words and going over the meanings of words. So what is digital marketing? Well, let's think about what digital is, okay? So digital is like a form of advertising, a form of promoting that uses the internet, that uses digital technologies to connect with their customers. And it's selling intangible goods. So when you are selling digital products, they're not something that you hold in your hand. Like here's my ear pods, right? Inside are my ear pods. And so this is a product. Like I can hold this. I buy it. It might come in a box. I open it up. It might come through Amazon. It might come through buying it in a store. It's a physical product. But a digital product is an intangible product. You can't hold it in your hand. You are going to consume it. You're going to use it. You're going to look at it, read it, listen to it in your cell phone, in your laptop, in your iPad, your tablet. You're going to use it through those means. And so that's what makes it digital or virtual. It's not, the marketing is also, it's not in print. It's not marketing through the radio. It's not marketing on TV. You're marketing mobile apps. Social media is how you're marketing. You're marketing it in a mobile way. Okay. So digital, it's intangible. It's something that you consume, look at, read, listen to on your cell phone, on a tablet, on a computer, maybe on a TV. You might be able to stream it onto a TV. So it's intangible. The marketing is promoting and it's advertising, but it's not doing it like the old fashioned way in print or on radio or TV. It's doing it mostly through social media, right? So that's what digital marketing is. It's promoting things, intangible products through our modern ways, through our social media apps and our cell phone, tablet, and computer. So, so does that make sense? Does everybody cool on what exactly digital marketing is? And now what I want to do is I'm going to talk to you about what are some things that you might market. What are some examples of digital products? Because a lot of people are like, I don't get what the products are. There are so many digital products out there. And the thing of it is like, we don't even realize that they're digital products. Like, let me just give you one example. Have you ever gone to YouTube and you've gone to YouTube to find a video to teach you how to do something? Maybe you want to knit. Maybe your garbage disposal broke and you want to put a new one in. Like, you don't want to hire anybody to put it in. You want to put it in yourself. Thank you so much for those hearts. I appreciate it. So maybe you want to learn how to put in your new garbage disposal. So you go to YouTube. YouTube videos are a digital product. It is a intangible thing that you purchase or that you can use sometimes for free. Now, you might say, well, I'm not paying to use that YouTube video, but guess what? Most of them are being monetized somehow. Most people are making money somehow from YouTube. Okay? All right. So what are some examples of some digital products? This is going to blow your mind because, I was going through and I was actually doing a little research because I'm like, there's got to be more. And as I was doing research, my mind was blown. Drop me a mind blown emoji down below. My mind was blown because there were things that I didn't think were necessarily digital products. There's so many. And let me just say this. Some of them require some skills and some brain cells that I don't have. Like, they require building things out online that I just have no way of ever doing myself. And so wait till you hear this. So browsers and plugins. Like, I wouldn't even know how to make a browser or plugin, but people do it. Okay. That's a digital product. Audiobooks, digital art, digital greeting cards. Those, what was that called? There's a company, gosh, we used to send them a couple of years ago. Like, especially at Christmas, they have these like dancing elves, and you could put your family members or your friends' heads on them, and it made it look like they were dancing. Does anybody remember what that was called? My gosh, I hadn't seen them for a long time, and then I did see them this year. I cannot remember what they're called, but digital cards, greeting cards, that is a digital product. And whoever made that up, that is a digital product that they created. Document templates. Have you ever gotten a template for something and you plug in things? That's a digital product. Some people even share things on Facebook. Like, I've seen people say, here's my dream board. And then they say, here, make your dream board and share with me in the comments. And it's a little square with little other squares in it. And you can put your pictures in those squares. That's a digital product, my friend. Ebooks, apps. Remember I told you I was going to share ones that I could never do. I could never make an app. I wouldn't even know where to start, right? Like, that's just things that I don't get. So an app is a digital product. Filters, any filter that you use. Like, have you ever been on Snapchat and you can use filters? People make those filters and they make money off of those filters. That is a digital product. Software, couldn't do it. Fonts, couldn't do it. Backgrounds, wallpapers, guides. You can make a guide on how to change out your garbage disposal, a checklist, a manual, clip art, and then videos. Videos are a form of digital products. So before I go any further, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of history about how digital marketing became it's the fastest growing industry right now and why that is. But before I do that, does anybody have any questions about exactly what digital marketing is and what digital products are? Because I want you guys to understand it before I go into what it is that I found and why this is so big and why you want to be part of it. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? All right, then. So what caused the digital marketing industry to explode the way it has. It's not brand new. It might feel brand new because you might be seeing it all over your feed. And let me just say this. If you're seeing it all over your feed, and again, this is TikTok and this is YouTube. So I'm looking at two different screens. That's why I look down every once in a while and I look up. It seems new, and it might seem new to you, and it might also seem like you're seeing an awful lot of it. And that's because, friends, at some point, sometime, you started looking at videos that promote digital marketing or talk about digital marketing, or you've talked about it in your house because you know that the social media platforms hear what you say, right? Or you clicked on something or you typed something out, and now the algorithms are showing you something that you're interested in. And it's the same thing if you look at a lot of dog videos, you're going to see a lot of dog videos. That's what's going to come up because the algorithm is going to say, hey, in my case, Justine loves dogs. So I'm just going to keep showing her all sorts of dog videos until she starts really looking at something else. Okay. Now, if you're somebody who looks at everything, the algorithms just might be really, really confused about you and they might not really know what you want. But if you have clicked on a couple people's things about digital marketing or you searched it in the search bar, the algorithms are going to show you what it thinks that you like. Okay. So that's why you see so much of something when you've been looking at it and why it seems like some people will say to me, well, is digital marketing saturated? No, not even close. And they'll say, but that's all I see. Well, that's all that you've been looking at. And we teach you how to reset your algorithms, by the way. That's part of digital marketing is knowing how to reset your algorithms. Okay. So what caused the industry to erupt? Well, what caused it was, I don't even know if I should say the word online because I don't know if it's going to like get me blacklisted or anything. But you know what happened in 2020, okay? What happened in 2020, the pandemic, is what caused digital marketing to go crazy. Why? Because when people were at home, at first, it was really cool. People were cooking and baking and playing Scrabble and watching Netflix and, doing all the things. And after 2 weeks, people got really sick of it or they just got bored. And so they started Googling, they started looking on YouTube, they started looking on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, how to knit. How to remember the viral TikTok recipe. It was tomatoes and I think feta cheese and pasta. Does anybody remember that? I remember everybody was making it. And then I think you might have even baked it at the end. I'm not sure. But, people, how do you bake the viral pasta dish? How to paint your house in 3 easy steps, like all sorts of things. People were searching how-to videos and they were learning. They were learning. They were getting videos from these different platforms. They were learning things. They were learning skills. And then what happened is the world started to open back up again. And some people went back to work and they happily went back to work. They were glad to. Some people wanted to go back to work and there was no work to go back to. Their jobs shut down. Their employers couldn't afford it anymore. They went bankrupt. Maybe they realized, hey, we didn't need as many people as what we used to have. We've been working with bare bones staff and that's, we don't need you anymore. Some people were like, I love being at home and I don't ever want to go back to that place that sucks the soul out of me. And so I am going to figure out a way to make money from home. Do you see where I'm going? And so what they started doing was searching how to make money from home, how to monetize your social media, how to make money online from home, how to make passive income, work from home jobs, online work from home jobs, all sorts of things. They were Googling, they were YouTubing, they were TikToking and asking those questions. And that is how the digital marketing world just exploded because people saw a need for that. And so they started creating digital products that people could use. People started creating their own digital products to make money from home. And it just went off the charts. It just went crazy. And so the digital marketing industry in 2019, let me get this right. 2019, it was an $850,000 a year industry. Okay. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Thanks for saying hello. Go ahead and tap that screen, send this out there. This is like my favorite thing to talk about because it gives me the opportunity to teach, and I love to teach. It was an $850 million. It was an $850 million a year industry in 2019. So in a year, in 365 days, people around the world, everywhere, spent $850 million on digital products. Okay, not bad, right? So today, 2024, June 10th, 2024, it is a $1.2 billion a day industry. What does that mean? It means in one day, in 24 hours, around the world globally, people spend $1.2 billion on digital products. And in 2027, they expect it to be $1 trillion a year. I think it's going to be like $3 billion a day, $1 trillion a year industry. So it is an in-demand industry. It is a growing industry in a world where a lot of things are dying, not growing. They're decreasing, not increasing. And this is increasing. And so wouldn't you want to have a little part of that? If you know that an industry is going to be growing at that rate, wouldn't you say to yourself, my gosh, that's a lot, and that's big, and there's a lot of room for a lot of people. There's a lot of room for a lot of people. And why can't I just have a tiny little bit of that pie? And that's one of the things that, struck with me. When I learned those statistics, I'm like, why wouldn't I want just a little bit of that? I don't have to have 3 billion a day. I like it, but I don't have 3 billion a day. But what if I could make an extra 900 a month, an extra 1,800 a month, an extra 3,600 a month, an extra 4,500 a month, an extra 10,000 a month? Why not me? Why can't I? And so I saw the big picture. I didn't just see the right now. I saw the big picture. So I think one of the things that really holds people back is, if you look at an industry that's growing, that means that a lot of people, everyday people, can really bring in a substantial income. But this is what holds a lot of people back. That stinking thinking. And so what happened in 2020, 2021 is that a lot of people bought courses. They bought courses and they came in and they were excited. And for a lot of people, there's a learning curve with anything new. How many of you have ever started a new job? Did you ever have a job? So you had to start it. It was new, right? Didn't anybody raise your hand if you ever started a job? I've had a few. And it seemed like there was a period of time where I was having a lot of new jobs. There's a lot of newness going on. Anybody? Anybody ever have a new job? Raise your hand if you ever had a job. Nobody here? I got all these people in here and nobody's ever had a job? Hello? Yes. Yes. Tammy had a job. One person had a job who's on here. That's crazy. Only one person. Well, good for you guys. If you didn't ever have a job, good for you. If you're just independently wealthy and you've never had to work, it's what I aspire to be. So anyway, if you ever had a job and you're willing to raise your hand, go ahead. But when you start your new job, the first day, aren't you nervous? You get up extra early, you do your hair a little special, you make sure your makeup's good, you put on a special outfit, and you pack your lunch just perfectly, and you go to work and you walk in and you're timid and you don't quite know where to go, what to do, who to talk to, and it's awkward, right? Isn't it awkward? And I know in college, high school and college, I waitressed. And I remember the first 2 shifts, you would have to tag along behind a waitress who actually knew what they were doing and, kind of get trained by them. And it's so awkward. You're just kind of standing there. And I remember teaching. I remember when I was first a teacher and, showing up at each school that I taught at, you don't know the culture. You don't know what you're doing. And there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve, but think about then, even if you only stay there a year or two, by the time you're done, like you're not waking up as early anymore. Your hair is what your hair is. Your makeup, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Lunch, what's that? I'm throwing some stuff in a paper bag, or I'm just going to buy lunch, or maybe I'm even going to head out and go out to lunch, right? So the specialness wears off because now you know the ropes. Now you know what you're doing. And that's how, anything new is. But some people, when they start something new, they're really excited and they go in full force. And as soon as you have one of those days where things just don't go the way you thought they were going to go, you give up. And that happens with some people, right? There's also people who just never launch their business, right? Because they get on the struggle bus. And once all that emotion, that excitement of what could be wears off, they're done. They're done. And, I have to say that has happened, with some people who've purchased my courses, but it also happened a lot in my MLM business. Okay. It's something that happens. And so what we have found is that if we can help people here, we can help people have a lot more success. And so we are so blessed that we have a fantastic community that really does help us with this, right? That is, I'm going to say half the battle. It's a lot of the battle. It is a lot of the battle. Thank you so much for the hearts. Keep them coming. Tap your screen on TikTok because I'm looking down here at YouTube as well. I don't think there's tapping the screen on YouTube, but go ahead and tap that screen. If you haven't hit the follow button, please do. And go ahead and grab my link. Put your email into my link. And then I'm going to send you a video right away. You can scroll down. There's some information. And then go check your email and see the email that I send you. And if you don't see it in your inbox, check your spam, your junk, because, I'm always amazed at what I find in my junk folder. It's crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why is that there? So go ahead and check there. Make sure you grab it, because here's the thing we know about live videos is people hop on and hop off. And if you don't grab it, you might forget how to get it. And I want you to get it because I got some good information coming out this week in my emails, and I want to make sure that you get that as well. All right. So one of the things that we have, again, is like just this really great supportive community, but we don't have courses to sell courses. A lot of people early on, like 2020, 2021, even 2022, they were promoting courses to sell courses. So they grab a course and they just sell it. They didn't know what was in it. They didn't take the time to learn from it. They could have been really, really good courses too, but people they weren't learning. They were just selling it. They were just buying it to sell it. We don't just have courses. We do have video courses, but we have programs. We have live training. Like tonight, we have a whole training on your perfect customer tonight. Whole training that is open to us, and we get to ask questions at the end. We also have weekly, with our Legacy Builder program, we have weekly live mentorship webinars with a 7-figure earner where we can ask questions, where we mastermind with other people, where we do breakout rooms, and where we get to learn not just how to market the courses, but we also get to learn other ways to make money online. And I just love that we're being taught those things, that we are being taught other skills, not just how to market a course, right? We're being taught how to take your social media platforms and to monetize them. Okay. So, these courses are going to teach you not just how to promote in a digital world, but they're going to teach you how to market correctly. They're going to teach you how to find the perfect customer. They're going to teach you how to attract people to you. And one of the most important things is we're also going to be teaching you email marketing. And email marketing, email equals income. If you are in any type of a business and you are not creating an email list, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. How do you get in touch with people? And don't tell me Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger and DMs and just your social media, because we know that those platforms can be taken away at any time. We've had Instagram shut down. We've had Facebook shut down. And we know TikTok is in a very precarious position, right? And so you can't rely on your social media platforms to stay in touch with your customers. You need an email list. And I think I have a statistic. Email marketing can have, when it's done correctly, can have an average return of investment of 4,200% for every dollar invested. That's a huge return on investment. So you want to have email marketing. All right. So just really quick, kind of a side note, because we've been talking for a little bit, but I just want to make sure that you know a little bit about me. So if you haven't figured out, my name is Justine, and I'm a former Spanish and French teacher. I taught middle school mostly. Yes, I was a crazy middle school teacher, and middle school is my favorite age group to teach. Why, you might ask? Well, I don't have to wipe noses. I don't have to wipe butts. Generally, they don't vomit in the classroom or anything like that. There's not as many tears, but they're not so cool that they won't interact with you. And when you're teaching a foreign language, you want people that are going to talk, which is why right now I'm going to actually throw a couple hearts out here on the TikTok, because here's the thing, guys. I like interaction. I like people who are answering questions. I like when people are, giving some comments, throwing some hearts out there, showing that they have a little bit of a pulse. Like, that's the kind of interaction I like. And that was what I demanded in my classroom. So I also taught at the college level. I have a master's degree in Spanish. I have a bachelor's degree in French. And I also found myself in the network marketing world about 13 years ago because of a great need. I still needed to make money. But I was traveling the country with my daughters who were showing dogs. If you've ever watched the dog show on Thanksgiving Day, drop me a dog emoji if you've ever watched a dog show, or Westminster, which was just on TV a couple weeks ago. My daughters showed at both of those shows, but they showed all over the country. My one daughter even showed internationally, but we found ourselves in a camper traveling 48 out of 52 weekends a year. And my son was a race car driver. He was a professional race car driver briefly. And we traveled the country with a trailer behind our truck, watching him race. And so I could not hold a job down and be with them. And, I didn't want to miss those moments. And so I found myself in the network marketing space for a need. I needed flexibility. I thought I was getting freedom. I thought that's what I'd signed up for. That's what they told me, time freedom. But what I didn't get freedom. I didn't get freedom. I always say, I have my old cell phone here. I always say this thing was in my hand, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, no lie, for many, 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 many years. Now, I'm not knocking on network marketing or MLM at all, because it was a very good industry for me. It provided me the flexibility that I needed. I could work from anywhere, and I had a lot of success. But there was a sacrifice to that. And the sacrifice was my head like this. And I think I have all these wrinkles here because this is how I was for years and years and years. And so while I was present, I wasn't necessarily present, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? I was there, but I wasn't all there. And so it was better than not being there at all. And so I have to say that it was better than not being there at all. But there was sacrifice to that. And I don't regret it because, I didn't know about digital marketing. I wish I had. I wish, I'd learned about it a lot, sooner. But I'm so glad that I found it now, because we truly do have a difference to network marketing. So what are some of those differences? By the way, have any of you ever been in network marketing? If you have been, just drop MLM down below so I know. So a couple of things that really stood out to me. Number one, a 2-hour workday. Again, I just said that I worked 8, 10, 12 hours a day with my phone in my hand. This is a 2-hour workday flow. We tell you exactly what to do in the 2 hours. I love that we get 100% profit on our efforts. So in network marketing, you get a percentage, and usually it's anywhere from 18 to 36%. And so I was getting paid at 36%. And so for me to make $900, I would have to sell commissionable volume wise between $3,000 and $4,000 of product. I'd probably need between 15 and 25 customers, and that's to make $900. So imagine, you have to sell $4,000 of product to make $900 and you have to find 15 to 25 people who want to buy those products. That's not easy to do. So I think one of the things that gives network marketing a bad name is how daunting it is, how difficult it is. And then to maintain that month after month after month after month is exhausting. It's just exhausting. And so a lot of people get burnt out because they can't make $900 a month. And then they give up and then it gets a bad name. So, and then for people who are making, 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 a month on their customers alone, I mean, they're selling $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in products. And that's hard to do. And it's also hard to keep up. So getting 100% profit on a $900 program, gosh, if I want to make $900 a month, I can find 15 to 25 people and sell 4,000, or I can find one person and sell 900 and get 900. So which would I rather do? It's a no-brainer. This one, maybe they're getting a physical product. Maybe they're getting a cream or a weight loss or jewelry or a bag or a purse or something like that. This one, I'm teaching people how to, hey, Joellen, thanks for joining me. Go ahead and tap the screen and send some hearts out there. This one, I'm helping people to learn 21st century skills that are needed in today's society. I'm teaching people how to monetize their social media. I'm teaching people how to help their family's legacy. I don't know which one is more meaningful to you. We're all different, but for me, I went with the digital marketing. So I love the 2-hour workday flow. I love the 100% profit. I love that no tech is involved. Yes, you do have to plug in. You do have to take certain things and plug them in. There is a lot of support to help you with that, but there is a little bit of plugging in. But once you're plugged in, you're plugged in. Like nobody's pulling your cord out. You're plugged in. And so I like that I don't have to build out a website. I've done that already. Not fun. I love that I don't have to create any graphics. I love that I don't have to create the email funnels. I love that I don't have to create the automations. They're created for us. We just have to plug our information in. I love that there's no monthly fees. I love that I don't have to pay anything monthly. I have a one-time purchase of the courses. I have a one-time website fee, and I'm paying that because I don't have to create the website. So I'm paying that website fee. It's $29. That's it, one time. And then you do have to purchase your own domain and your own professional email. And you purchase that. And we suggest GoDaddy just because we have a really good relationship with them. But you could get it from anywhere. And that's a yearly fee. And I think mine was $22 for both of them. So my overhead is $22 a year in MLM. A lot of times there's some sort of a website fee or a yearly fee. And then there's also usually some sort of an auto delivery or some sort of something to make sure that you're commission qualified. I love that there's no physical product. I love that. Like having been in network marketing for many years, I'm kind of tired of the physical product. I've sold jewelry, people would get it and the silver got tarnished right away, or this necklace is too long, or the earrings are too big, or the clasp broke. And then when I was in anti-aging, my face broke out. I got a rash. I didn't like the smell. And then with weight loss, a month later, I'm still fat, or the product came damaged and it's leaking, or I can't take it. It makes my stomach upset, like all sorts of things. And so I'm done with that. And then having to deal with the returns. And, when you're making 18 to 36%, I don't want to be dealing with, returns. I don't want to be dealing with that. I'm not making that much money, to begin with. And now it has to be returned. And guess what? When it's returned, I lose money. That's what happens in network marketing. You return it, that money gets taken out of my next paycheck. Okay. I don't know if you knew that, but it matters when you return something from network marketing. So you don't have that here. Okay. There's no customer service. It's an amazing thing. I love that we get the resale rights. I love that we get these products and they're ours. There's no upline. There's no downline. There's no sideline. There's no hierarchy in this. So it's not network marketing. It's not multi-level marketing. There's no hierarchy. There's nobody telling you what to do. There's no corporate staff. There's no compliance. It's your email list. So you own the customer's emails. right? When I say own, like it's not when we buy them, but like they're yours. Whereas in a network marketing company, they're emailing on your behalf. And so they own the customers. And if they decide to delete them out of your back office or decide that after a certain period of time that, if they haven't been an active customer, they're going to get them out of the system, they get to do that. They own them, not you, right? If in network marketing, if they want to change the ingredients or they want to change the marketing or they want to change the website or they want to get rid of a product, like whatever it is, like they get to do it. It's their business. You're just a representative or a distributor. Here, this is your business. And I love that. I really love that. And I love that there's no recruiting. So when somebody purchases from me, they're not my teammate. I'm not their leader. I'm not their upline. They're my customer. And what they choose to do with the product, that's up to them. In network marketing, when somebody joins the business, there's this push to get that person to be successful, because if they're successful, then the upline makes more money. And and when it works well, it's a beautiful thing. Like there's a lot of support from the people above you because they want to help you be successful because that helps them. But in a perfect network marketing company, that relationship can be really, really beautiful. But when it's not beautiful, it's just really not beautiful. And even when it starts off beautiful, a lot of times it doesn't end beautiful. And if you've been in network marketing, you probably know exactly what I mean. Okay. And so, just like in corporate America, where you can feel like you're a number or you're not a person or you're not important, that can happen very quickly in network marketing as well. And so here we don't have that. I have customers. And there's not a lot of customer service that we got to do with these customers. And so it's very, very different. It's very different. And for somebody who has been in network marketing for 13 years, for me, it is a big breath of fresh air. So definitely different than multi-level marketing, direct sales, network marketing. But the two things that drew me in the most were the fact that it was a 2-hour workday and I got 100% profit. So, so what do we do? What do we do in this 2-hour workday? I bet that was your next question, wasn't it? Because you guys are very quiet. Nobody says anything. Nobody asks any questions. Feel free to ask questions. I love questions. I was a teacher. I love questions. My dad says the only dumb question is the one that you don't ask. Try that one on. So I used to say to him, if I wanted to ask if I could do something that I knew he was going to say no, I would say, Dad, you always say the only dumb question is the one you don't ask. So here we go. The answer was usually still no, but he always respected the fact that I asked. Anyway, so we promote a 2-hour workday flow. So I already earlier on, so if you're just hopping on now, early on, I went over exactly what digital marketing is. I talked about what some potential digital products could be. I talked about how digital marketing became so popular post-pandemic and why it did. And now I want to talk to you a little bit here in the ending parts of this about exactly what it is that I'm promoting, exactly what it is that I do on the day-to-day, and why this is a smart decision. I want to say for everybody, because we can't have everybody doing it, right? But for a lot of you, it is a really, really, really smart decision. Okay, so let's go over those things. So we have here 3 done for you digital courses and one, so that makes 4, and 1 interactive digital program. So what do I mean by digital courses? We already kind of went over this, but I'm going to go over it again. Digital courses would be videos in the e-learning realm, videos that teach you. So my son went to Temple University and he never set foot on campus. He was an online student. And that was because he was a race car driver, as I told you earlier. And so his professors would send him videos, lectures that were on video. And whether or not he watched them or not, I do not know, because I don't recall him ever sitting around really watching videos, but I don't know. Maybe he was doing that when I wasn't around. I sort of think not, though. But anyway, he would get these videos to watch that were teaching him whatever he needed for those classes. And then from there, he was supposed to, it was like he was in class, but he wasn't sitting there physically. He was looking at it like you're looking at this. And then he would have to do his homework or take his tests and move on. And so that was a digital product, right? Like they weren't selling it. But think about this. Think about my son learned all of that. And let's just pretend for 1 second that my son was learning digital marketing at college. That's not what he went to school for. He went to school for business. But let's just say that he got a degree in digital marketing. And when he graduated, and people were like, oh my gosh, like, what did you learn? He goes, oh, I learned this, I learned that, and I learned this. It's not what he says either. He's like, I really didn't learn anything. But anyway, and people are like, oh my gosh, how can I get that? Well, he doesn't have the rights to be able to sell the courses. We spent a lot of money, right? We had to pay for college. Like we spent a lot of money, but he can't resell what he learned. Here, when you purchase our courses, you get the master resale rights to be able to resell them and make money. And not only make money, but make 100% profit. So it's a smart thing. Whether you want to sell them or not, you have the rights for the rest of your life to sell these. Okay? So we have these 3 courses and interactive programs. So what's the interactive program? Well, number 1, it's the top seller. It is the top seller. We just launched it on March 30th. And since March 30th, now listen to this, guys. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. We have sold 5.4 million, and that was last week, so it's higher than that. $5.4 million of our Legacy Builder program. 5.4 million. And guess what? All 5.4 million went into people's pockets like me. It didn't go to a corporation. It didn't go to a company. It didn't go to a CEO. It went to individual people who have promoted these courses and programs. 5.4 million. So these courses are videos, and the program includes all of the courses, plus you get additional courses, and you also get access to a live interactive mentorship webinar every Tuesday with our 7-figure earner who created our program. And she teaches us something. She then breaks us out into breakout rooms. We have mastermind with other people. And a lot of times there are 6-figure earners in those groups. And then we come back as a group. She teaches a little bit more, mastermind again into the breakout rooms, comes back, and then she answers every single question from that lesson that day. People don't need more courses. What they need is mentorship, and they need to learn new skills in a way that's interactive with real people. And so that's what we have. And so that's why it's our best seller. And what is she teaching us? Well, every week it's different. We've had like, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say mental wellness, but that's not it. Mindset. Thank you. Thank you, Justine. Mindset. How to master your mind when you're doing this. Because as I said earlier, like this is usually the thing that holds the most people back. So mindset. She'll talk about how to promote the courses. And she very clearly tells us also, like, you can take this and you can apply it to different businesses. She also teaches us other ways of making money, other ways to monetize your social media, other affiliates that we can get involved with. And she talks about one a couple weeks ago, actually a couple months ago now. And I signed up for that when I've already made money on it. I'm like, I just came in. I was like, what the heck? That's cool. I didn't even know that was going to happen. So yes, she's teaching us other ways to make money, not just a program to sell a program, a course to sell a course. Okay. So that's what we are promoting. And I love it because it's in demand. People want it, and people need to learn these skills. Now, who would want to purchase the program and the courses? Okay. So I talk so much, my mouth gets dry. I have a couple different types of customers. Okay. I have the customer who, like me, I didn't want to use this for anything else. I wanted to have a done for you set of courses and a program that I don't have to create, that I can stamp my name on, and that I can sell for 100% profit. I wanted everything as much as possible to be done for me. I wanted all the guesswork taken out. I didn't want to have to recreate the wheel. I wanted to be able to I wanted to take somebody who was really, really smart and who knew what they were doing and put some things together. And I wanted to be able to just put my name on it and sell it. So that's one type of customer. And quite honestly, that's a large majority of my customers. But I also have people who have an existing business. And when I say an existing business, it could be a network marketing business. It could be that they have an Etsy store. It could be that they have an MLM business. It could be they have a service. They are a real estate agent, a hairstylist, an esthetician, an electrician. Maybe they have a brick and mortar business like a boutique or a restaurant. Maybe they have a service like they're in financial services, anything, a lawyer. Everybody today, I don't want to say everybody, most people today are promoting their businesses online. If they're not, they're really behind the times. They really need this. But so many of them who are trying to use social media are doing it really, really incorrectly. They don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And if you've never been in this space, and I've been in this space for 13 years, and I am learning so much. Like there's so much that happens in the online space and it moves so quickly. And if you're not on top of it and you're not studying it and you're not learning it, you're gonna fall behind. And so, you can think about your hairstylist or your hair salon. Like think about their social media. Is it good? I don't know. I mean, somebody doesn't go to learn to become a hairstylist and then go and get a degree in marketing, right? Like most people don't do that. And so how would they know how to market? So having a course like this, if you already have an existing business of some sort, is super, super smart. Let's just say this too. I don't hardly go anywhere or do anything without checking my social media first. So if I'm going to go to a restaurant, I'm going to social media. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what people are saying. I usually want to take a cute picture while I'm there, and I want to make sure that there's going to be a place for me to do that. Like I want to know. I want to know. I don't want to go someplace ugly and dingy and dark and yucky. If I'm going to go get a new hairstylist, I'm going to check the hair salon social media and see like what do the haircuts look like that they're doing. If they don't put any of them up, I'm like, what am I supposed to base this on? Your sign out front? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. When I was down in Florida, I was looking for a new church. Where do you think I went? I wanted to hear what their music sounded like. I wanted to see what their pastor looked like when he was preaching. I wanted to hear what a sermon sounded like. I wanted to see how crowded it was. I want to go to some church that nobody goes to. Like, I want to make sure that there were a lot of people there. So I go to social media for everything. Existing business owners need to know these skills. So we have people with an existing business and they want to learn how to have a better presence online. Now, here's the cool thing. I already told you when you purchase this, you get the rights to be able to sell the courses. So wouldn't it be smart while you're also learning the skills for your existing business to maybe also promote the courses and have another stream of income? As a matter of fact, if you get the Legacy Builder, you'll have 4 streams of income. You'll have the 100, the 300, the 600, and the 900. Who else? Somebody who wants to make their own digital product. Remember at the beginning, I talked about all the different types of digital products that we can make. Somebody who wants to make their own. Now, they might already know what they want to make, and that's cool. We have courses then that teach you how to put that all together, how to market it, and then if you want to turn it into a course, your own course, we teach you that too. But some people know they want to make their own digital product, but they don't know what to do. And so we have a list of 200 digital product ideas. So you can go in there, you can look, you can figure out which one you want to make. We teach you how to make it. We teach you how to market it. And then you can turn it into a course if you want to. We do that as well. So that would be my third type. And then there's the fourth type. And that's the one who wants to do it all. They want to market these courses and program. They have an existing business. They want to make their own digital product. And they're going to do all of it. And that's okay. That's the type of people who are looking to do this. I would add one more maybe, and that's just somebody who just needs extra money and they don't know what else to do. They don't have time to go out and take a part-time job like a waitress or do Instacart or Uber or anything like that. They just don't have time for that, right? Or they're busy because they have a 9 to 5. They're taking care of kids at night, maybe elderly parents, etc. And they don't have time. They just don't have time. And so this is something that you can do into the nooks and crannies of your day, and it fits in. And listen, we have a gal named Amy. She started this. Let me tell you about Amy. Her story is just so great. I love her story. So Amy really was not on social media. Woman did not have time. She was a single mom working 70 hours a week, 2 different jobs. Okay. And she would leave one job, go to the other job, and her kids were at home a lot by themselves. I think they're a little bit older now, middle school, high school. And so her daughter wanted to get TikTok like 2 years ago. And Amy said, okay, but I need to have an account so I can keep track of what you're doing. And so her daughter created her an account. So Amy got on there, was scrolling around and saw about the courses and joined. And within, I think it's 3 months, she was able to quit both of her jobs. She's making, I think, double what she was making with both of her jobs. And she's so happy. She's now a stay-at-home mom. She's able to provide things for her kids that she was never able to do before. And she now has, she's created a couple of digital products and stuff. She has 14 streams of income now. Yeah, 14. But between the digital products, the courses, and then she has a couple affiliates that were introduced to her through our program, and she's doing them, and she has 14 streams of income. And she's just so thrilled and so happy and feels so blessed. And so that's an example of somebody, she wanted a different way. She wanted to change her life. And so that's what she did. And then let's see here. So 2-hour workday. So we have 3 courses and a program. We have, and I wish I'm on my computer with YouTube, so I can't pull up. I usually pull up and show on my lives what the courses look like. But we have the Launchpad. We have the Launchpad $100 intro course. Now, it is a real bare bones basic course. It teaches you how to set up an online business. It teaches you how to set it up. And then it gives you a little bit on social media, and that's it. It's just a launch pad. And so when you purchase the $100, that's what you can sell. You can sell the $100. You can only sell what you have. So then we have our $300. And so the $300 goes a little bit more in depth. It teaches you everything in the 100, gives you some more stuff in the 300, and then you can sell the 300 and the 100. Then we have our $600 courses. And that goes like a lot further into depth with some other type of branding and marketing and finding your perfect customer, et cetera. And you can sell the 600, the 300, and the 100. And then there's our legacy builder. And we call it legacy builder because this is where real strong income starts to come in. And so anybody who purchases our legacy builder interactive mentorship program can market all 4. You open 4 streams of income: the 100, the 300, the 600, and the 900. And so how do you market these? Well, we teach you everything, and we teach you how to do it in a 2-hour workflow. Okay. So what do you do in your 2 hours? The first thing I do is every single morning, the woman who created the courses and who is a 7-figure earner, she puts out every single day, puts out a little video. It's between 3 and 10 minutes. And it deals with something that, maybe she's noticed in the community or something that she thinks that we should do that day or whatever. It might be a tip like, what are some great TikToks to do today? Or what would be a great piece of content? Or here's something for your mindset. Or, hey, we had this little issue in the community today. Let's go over it. Or, hey, I'm giving you guys some new programs, some new courses. This is where you're going to find them. So it's just a little video. So the first thing I do every day is I watch the video. I keep up to date on what is going on with my business. So that's 3 to 10 minutes. The next thing that I do is I check my emails. I check the comments on my platforms that I've been posting. And I check to see if anybody has questions or anybody's asked for information, et cetera, et cetera. It depends, every day's different. Some days it's really busy. Some days it's not. Some days it's, 2 or 3 minutes. Some days it's 15. Just depends on what's going on. And, I'm starting to find a rhythm, like when people tend to be a little bit more active with their questions, what days of the week, etc. And then from there, I go and I create 3 pieces of content on whatever social media platform I'm focusing on. I've been focusing primarily on TikTok. That does not mean that you have to be on TikTok. There's lots of platforms, right? That just so happens to be where I am focusing right now. But I'm getting ready to branch out into some other avenues as well. So I make 3 pieces of content. You could be making content for Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Pinterest or X. There's somebody who focuses on X, and then LinkedIn. We have a woman who does trainings on LinkedIn. So I make 3 pieces of content. Now, what I have been doing recently is I have been downloading my TikToks, taking the watermark off, and then using them on Instagram and YouTube. By the way, I just want to add this because not everybody wants to show their face. You might be like, I don't want to be on YouTube. I don't want to be on TikTok. I don't want to do lives. I don't want to do any of that stuff. We have an entire course on faceless marketing. So we teach you how to do this without having to show your face. And then for me, what I do is I go live most days, and that takes about an hour. Okay. I'm thinking about switching up my schedule. So it might change a little bit, but I go live for about an hour. So there is my 2-hour workday. Now, you might say, well, I don't want to go live, and you don't have to. Okay. You don't have to. Because another thing that you can do to complete your 2-hour workday is we teach you how to copy and paste free ads on high traffic websites. Now, if you're anything like me, when I first started, I was as confused as heck about that. So let me tell you a little bit about that. There are high traffic websites out there. I didn't even know they existed. They're kind of like, if you know what Craigslist is, kind of like Craigslist. I don't know if you remember like posting things like yard sales and stuff on there. Craigslist still exists, by the way. But it's kind of built like that. Like all these websites, they're kind of built like Craigslist, where you put a title and you put pictures, and you have to say like what town and how many miles away do you want this to get pushed out. Like, so maybe you're in Philadelphia, and you would like this to be pushed out from Philadelphia and 25 miles in any direction. That's what these high traffic websites are like. And some of them are in the United States, and some of them are in other countries. But regardless of where they are, you can, that's what I'm looking for. You can focus your ad in a particular spot. So let's just say, and I use Philadelphia because I live outside of Philadelphia. Let's say that you want to do Philadelphia, and it'll say like what state, Pennsylvania. So what city, Philadelphia, how many miles? You can say how many miles. And then you would write a title. And so like maybe you want to say, hey, Philadelphia parents looking for a way to make money this summer while your kids are at home. And then you have a body, and we give you the words to say. You copy it, you paste it. You put your email, your professional email that you've gotten, you put that in there. And then we suggest that you put a graphic, because graphics always catch people's eyes, right? And so that's your ad. And so you can copy and paste ads. You can do it for hours if you wanted to. We suggest, 30 to 45 minutes. And here's the really cool thing, guys. You can focus these ads depending on the website, but a lot of the websites anywhere in the world. So all of our courses and our programs are done in English. I do think eventually we will get into Spanish at some point, but right now everything's in English, okay? And so, you know how many people speak English, even if they don't live in the United States? Like, let's just talk about the countries where English is spoken. So Canada, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Puerto Rico is part of the United States, Puerto Rico, Belize, Panama. Panama, they speak Spanish and English. There's another country right off of South America. I can picture where it is, but I can't remember the name of it. Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, England, Scotland, Iceland, other countries in Europe. A lot of them speak multiple languages. South Africa, we have a lot of South Africans. I think I saw somebody from Suriname the other day in our community. People all over the world. This is a global business. This is a global business. I've been talking recently. A woman's been emailing me from England. I had a guy message me from Israel who's interested. So this can be a truly global business for you. Okay. And so you can take these ads and you can really hyper focus in an area. So if you want to break into, for example, India, how many billions of people in the world live in India? Okay. And you can focus, and then you can get even tighter and you can go into like certain states or towns or whatever in India. So, maybe look up like the most populated cities in India and then focus on those areas. And so, I mean, we tell you to do it like 30 to 45 minutes. So that would be in place of a live video, maybe, but you could do it for hours if you want to. Just think about like if you're sitting around watching Netflix, like instead of just sitting there, like go and make some money while you're sitting there. Okay. And so, that's my 2-hour workday. That's what we do. That's it. That is our 2-hour workday. And then you might say, well, how does that work? Like, how are you making money then? So the whole idea behind what we're doing is email marketing. So email equals income. And so what we want to do is we want to get people to go to our landing page. And again, I wish I could pull this up so that I could show it to you, but I'm on my computer and on my phone, and I'm not one of those people who has more than one phone. And so they go to your landing page. Something just happened. Oh, hang on. TikTok wants me to do a puzzle right now to say that I'm still there because nobody has said anything on TikTok for a while. Thank you. Please send those hearts over. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, TT. Thank you, Bella. Thank you so much. Go ahead and click on this and let's get this out into the world before I finish up here. But anyway, so we want to get people into our email funnel. And what does that mean? So have you ever gone to like a landing page where you go to the page and it says, put your email here and I'll send you, the free whatever. That's what we do. Somebody goes to our landing page, they put in their email. When they put in their email, a video pops up. You watch the video and then you can scroll down, look at some information, and then you go to your email and you check your inbox. And as I said earlier, if it's not in your inbox, check your other, check your junk, check your spam. I'm always amazed at what's in my spam. I'm like, why is that in spam? Like, doesn't make sense to me. So you never know where it might be, but go ahead and check. And there should be an email for me. And that email is the blueprint that tells you exactly what we do. Okay. And so, and my landing page is just click4cashflow.com. It's the link in my bio. www.click4cashflow.com. Okay. So we want people to get in our email funnel. And then we have some automations that go out, kind of taking you along the journey. And my emails also will tell you when I have upcoming webinars. I sent out one that said, hey, I'm going live on TikTok and YouTube tonight. Hop on if you want to find out exactly what digital marketing is. Hop on tonight if you want to check it out. And so that is the whole idea. And we take people on the journey and we give them the opportunity to look at the information in their time frame. It's not like network marketing where we're sliding into DMs and, hey, girl, I don't know if you've seen what I've been doing. I don't know if you've been seeing what I have been doing, but would you like to take a look at my catalog? Do you want my link? Right? Like, we're not doing that. The idea is to get people into your email funnel, and from there, they get the information. And of course, they can unsubscribe just like any other email that you guys get. So another really cool thing that I just wanted to kind of mention is we do webinars for guests once or twice a week. And we do them at different times. Sometimes we do them Thursday nights at like 8 Eastern. And then other times we do them at 1 p.m. I believe it is 1 p.m. Thursday or 1 p.m. Friday. And we do it at 1 p.m. because we have so many international people that it's evening for them. And so we want to give them the opportunity to have a good time as well. And so a good time frame as well, and a good time. And so what just is crazy to me is it doesn't matter if it's Thursday at 1 or Friday at 1, we max out our webinars at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And yes, there's a lot of international people on there, but there are a lot of Americans on there. And what does that say to you? It says that people are interested. It says that people want to find a way to make money. That's what it says to me. And so no matter what business you have, there are stats out there, there's data out there that tell people that email is where it's at. And email is how people stay in touch. And it's really, really important in business today. And so data doesn't lie. And so you need to have an email list. So I guess all of that to kind of finish up and say, I think I finished everything here. Let me just look. Oh, wow. There's a whole page that I didn't even talk about. And I'm not going to today. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't go over any of this. I guess I just got into my own stuff. Anyway, that's okay. I think I covered a lot. Do you guys have any questions? While I'm waiting to see if you have any questions, go ahead and tap the screen on TikTok to send this out. Go ahead and say hello if you haven't already on YouTube, and say where you're coming in from. The long and short is digital marketing is relatively new, but it really, really took off after the pandemic. And so it is here to stay. It's $1.2 billion a day now. It's going to go to $3 billion a day by 2027. There is no reason why every single person who wants to make extra money can't make extra money in this industry. We are teaching 21st century skills in the 21st century. And if I were you and you haven't taken a good close look and asked questions, don't just assume, because you don't know what you don't know. It's hard to make a decision when you have people in your ear not giving you what it really is. I thought I knew what it was. And until I actually looked at the information and then talked to my friend who I purchased from, I didn't know what it was. I let people kind of talk me out of like what my gut was telling me because of fear, because I was worried about what people might say, or I was worried about how I would be perceived or whatever. And the fact of the matter is, as of right now, June 10th, 2024, I've made $48,250 since mid-January, around January 15th. And so it's been really, really good. I'm learning more. I'm always learning. I'm always evolving. And I just feel like we have a really, really, really good thing here. We have something that nobody else has, and we have a lot of support, a lot of innovation, and we just keep getting better and better and better. So if you're interested, you can go to my link in bio, of course. And you can put your email in. I just explained that a few moments ago. You can always just like drop down info if you don't want to go to the link, and I can help you out with some information. And then once you get the email, then you're able to email me whenever you want to with questions. I am happy to hop on the phone if somebody needs me to hop on the phone. You can also DM me here on these platforms, YouTube, TikTok, and I'm on the Facebook as well, and you can find me there. So I hope that this made digital marketing a little bit more clear. I hope that you understand like what it is, what it can do, and why you would want to be involved now. It is very, very lucrative, and it is, you know what else I forgot to say? It's very beginner friendly. We have people of all ages here, 18 to 80, no lie, 80. Having a lot of success, men and women, people who have been in network marketing before, people who have never been in network marketing before, people who have been in corporate America, people who have never been in corporate America, people who have had a following, people who have never even been on social media before, people who didn't even know how to make a TikTok before and making TikToks, people who have never been on Pinterest, going on Pinterest, and people are making a lot of money. They're making $900 a month. They're making $1,800 a month, $3,600 a month, $900 a day. We have people who are making $2,700, $3,000, $5,000 a day. We have people who are making $300,000 in 9 months. We have people making $100,000 in 55 days. We have people who are changing their financial future. And if you want to talk about why you want to do this, I always like to go way back and say, would $900 help you right now? I made $1,800 this weekend. I didn't lift a finger. $1,800. Would that have helped you this weekend? I was shopping. I got one of them while I was shopping, and I was like, one of my notifications, I was like, heck yeah, that's going to more than cover this shopping trip, right? Wouldn't that be impactful for you? If the answer is yes, you got to go get the link in bio. Okay. You've got to go get the link in bio. Start small, build up, and then you could be one of those people who is bringing in 5 figures a month and beyond. So, all right, www.click4cashflow, link in bio. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the love. And feel free to drop down any questions that you might have. Get in that email funnel, and then you can email me there as well. All right. Have a great evening. Thanks for joining me.